Alright, welcome back to our step 6. And I just have to share with you, I think I just killed a eastern cicada killer. It looked like a murder hornet, so I stomped on it, and then I went to the internet and I googled it, and I think it wasn't. We don't have murder hornets here, so I felt kind of bad that I actually killed something that was kind of harmless. She was just looking for food for her babies, I think. But it was big. She was like an inch and a half. It was huge. I was totally freaked out by it because it made so much noise as it was flying, and she was flying right near me, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's a murder hornet. So anyway, that was just a little update on me just sitting out here just doing my work and what I discovered. So we are going through our examples, and you have 3 hopefully great well-described reasons for your first example. You should have 3 well-developed, well-detailed examples. And now we are working on our transitions, because you're going to have to transition through what your examples are. So again, when you give your reasons, you have to transition. When you give your examples, you also have to transition from idea to idea. You have to transition from this flavor to that flavor to this. So for each example, for each specific example, you have to transition through each of those. It helps your ideas flow through your thought process. First, then, next, last. Also, additionally, to continue, to add on, are all different kinds of transitions you could possibly use. And then in whole group mini lessons, we'll discuss more transitions as well, because transitioning language can be a little bit tricky, but it shouldn't be. There are some very standard transitions that you could use that make your work really easy. So I kind of gave you down here in this tan chunk here transition words you can use. Okay, and some of those you can play with. Again, you're going to have to pick 3 transition phrases. Something for the beginning, something for the middle, and something for the end. Again, because you're going from first to last, you need to make sure it transitions in order. Okay, so if you're looking at this graph here, this little chart of transitions, you will notice that I kind of have some of the starting transitions over here on the left-hand side, and some of the ending transitions that you could possibly use on the right-hand side if you're just staring at your screen, and some of the mediocre middle ones that you could put in the middle, kind of in the center. Now, you can switch those around a little bit and play with how it sounds, but if you don't like how it sounds, change the dark green section. Don't change anything down here because it'll mess it all up. So, for example, if I wanted to say, furthermore, I'm not going to capitalize it, so, well, furthermore, there. And I'm like, okay, so furthermore, there are many flavors of ice cream. Furthermore, rich dark cream, that kind of works there, so I could leave it there. But I could also say, we will look at the first reason. Or the first example. I think I'll change that up here to say example instead. When I was doing this, I do it kind of late. Okay, and then I want to change that to example as well. Okay, so if you go down here and read it, it fills it in. There are many flavors of ice cream. We will look at the first example. Rich, creamy, dark chocolate is a delicious I kind of like that. I'm going to leave it right there. The next example, I'm going to use this one right here, we will look at. Or I could say moving to the next. Moving to the next. And then my last one, the last, I'm going to say the last. Okay, so now if you look at this reason 1 paragraph, you will notice that it has some pretty important. Now it transitions. Now you have to read it and decide, do I like how it transitions? Because if you don't like how it transitions, you need to change these 3 dark boxes up here. So just read through it. There are many flavors of ice creams. We will look at the first example. Now, again, this isn't necessarily going to be punctuated, capitalized, or correctly. That'll be something that you can do as you're working through it on your rough draft sloppy copy. We're just trying to get you organized, planned, and get you flowing in the right direction. That is all this template is. Okay? So we can tweak that later. We're just trying to get the big rough ideas out here. So there are many flavors of ice cream. We'll look at the first example. Rich, creamy, dark chocolate is a delicious flavor for many people. Moving to the next, sweet caramel flavors with bits of pecan make praline flavored ice cream a yummy treat. The last example, strawberry ice cream, is fruity and sweet with a refreshing flavor for you. So all in all, not a bad start to my first reason. I have a reason, my reason, and my examples. My reason is yummy flavors, all kinds of flavors, and I go through and I list some flavors. Could I have added more flavors? Absolutely. I'm only asking for 3, but if you would like to add more flavors or more examples when you are finishing up and doing your editing, knock yourself out. If you can talk long and strong, I recommend that you do that. That is the point of an opinion. The more ammunition, which is examples that you can bring to your argument, you will win. You will convince. You will change minds. You will change the world. So, we got to start. We got our second paragraph. Okay? Now, just a warning, as you're going through step 7, is going to look an awful lot like step 6. Okay? So some of these videos might get a little repetitive from here on out, but I'm showing you so that you don't ever question what I'm doing. But I'm telling you now, from steps 6, 7, and 8 is a rinse, repeat. Similar. So if you watch the videos, they'll differ on the reason and the examples, but how you do it is exactly the same. Questions, concerns, let me know. Remember, only change the dark green. These dark green boxes are the only things you need to be changing. If you change those, you change everything else. Make life easy on yourself. Make life easy on me, so I don't have to come back and try to fix something that you err. So if this white box looks whack, go up here and fix the green things, or go back and fix the green things. They're wacky because you typed or mistyped something in there. So if your reason paragraphs, or any of your paragraphs look wonky, it's because you made an error somewhere back when you typed in your green boxes. So go check your green boxes. That's my recommendation to you there. Alright. Peace out. Let's keep on cruising.